There is one objection, which is the ender of careers, the destroyer of businesses, and the breaker of frames. And that objection, obviously, is the time to think about it objection. And in today's sales call breakdown, I am going to be showing you a sales call that I actually took for Charlie Morgan, where I faced the time to think about it objection 7 times on the sales call before I am able to close the deal. So I hope, as always, you get a ton of value from this video, and enjoy.
All right, brother. Well, look, you seem pretty solid on the process. Shall we dive into the investment?
So just to clarify, obviously, we're picking this up from the price pitch.
And have a conversation about that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, as you already know, we guarantee you 20 paying clients in the space of 6 months. If that is at your existing price, and we will definitely bump up your price, what that means is you are looking at making...
Okay, first mistake here. This should have already been figured out. This should be something that I figured out during the line of questioning. I know what the guarantee is. It doesn't make any sense for me at this stage to not have, the yearly revenue that he's going to generate figured out by this point in time. It just slows down the process by not having this streamlined, especially if he is feeling a little bit nervous about hearing the price, which it turns out that he is. If he's in a state of fear, then me taking so long to do this is just going to heighten those emotions and create more sales resistance. So make sure, as I talk about in the modules, that you have this stuff figured out. I put my hands up. I am not perfect. I'm picking out calls where there's tons of mistakes so that we can go through this, see how making mistakes impacts the call, so that you understand why it's so important that you're not doing this type of stuff, because it does get in the way. Sometimes it's going to stop you from closing in its entirety. Other times it's not going to be as bad as that. It just means that you're really going to drag out the length of the call more than you need to.
What price do you recommend? Because I know that.
Okay, see, because I've taken a long time, it's brought a question to the table. Not the worst thing in the world, because we're yet to dive into the objection handling phase, yet to dive into the price pitch. But this is what happens when the conversation stalls. If a prospect is in a state of fear, if they've got doubts, if they've got concerns, if they've got hesitations, by you not having that fluidity to the structure of the call, you're just going to compound all of the above, and it's going to create more sales resistance.
Why is that 300 a month to get in the door? But you guys obviously know what you're doing.
1K minimum.
1K
minimum. Which means that you would be making 20K a month.
It's a good use of speaking in absolutes there. Minimum. Right? Just drilling the point home. You don't need to worry about that. It's going to be absolutely fine.
$250,000, yeah. Now, the total cost for
investment. Shouldn't be cost, investment.
To guarantee that for you in dollars is $9,600 or 9.6K, right? And alongside us guaranteeing you that we will get you to $250,000 per year, you get access to all of the appointment booking systems, all of the sales systems, all of the service delivery systems, and consultancy 20 times a week. That is how it works.
Okay, obviously with the price pitch there, would have been useful to have some confidence loops. You're going to get access to all of the appointment booking systems so that you can generate X appointments per day. You're going to get access to the sales system so that when you have those appointments in your calendar, at a minimum, you will be converting at X%, and that's going to allow you to get to 20K, whatever it is, faster. Okay, important to have those confidence loops in that. It's not going to massively move the needle at this stage, but you do this continuously over the duration of the call. You're just going to raise the prospect's conviction levels a lot faster. It's going to make it easier for you to get them across that action threshold so that they're ready to buy.
Yeah.
How does that land?
Okay, so we can tell that he's got some concerns and doubts at this stage, all right? A little bit uncomfortable. You can tell he's a bit uncomfortable. That's where that little cough is coming from.
That does sound like a decent. Obviously, that's a good offer if I got 20 clients.
Okay, so he's not completely turned off from the idea, but resistance.
Yeah, that does sound good.
Okay, and when you say that sounds good, does that mean let's do this? Let's go.
Okay, first time going for the ask. Way that I'm structuring the question, it's not super direct. I'm leaving it open. I'm not putting high pressure onto him, which means that if the ask fails, which it does, I have less ground to be able to cover, right? If I said, okay, well, look, with all of that in mind, let's get you started, I'm jumping the gun way too much. Kind of like when you go on a date with a girl, misread the room, and then for whatever reason, you think, okay, great, like, let me go in for the kiss. And she's like, what the hell are you doing, bro? You lost your goddamn mind. Similar thing here, okay? So by asking the question in that way, does that mean, let's get you started? I'm putting the control of the conversation into his hands in this moment, because he can come back to me and say no.
I love the 20K per month.
What are the requirements? What do you normally have to do
Yes.
I can't go to
You've asked this question like 3 times now. So
I know.
let's dive into this.
Okay, so here, obviously, we're about to dive into elements of the contract pitch. However, he has not explicitly said that he wants to see the contract. So with that in mind, I don't need to pull up the contract at this stage, right? So I'm just going to verbally explain to him what the steps look like in order for him to be able to reach his objectives.
The more time that you put into this, Greg, the more successful you will be.
Yeah.
If right now you do not have any other work to do and you would treat this as your typical 9 to 5 and you're putting in 8-9 hours a day, brother, you will blow past 10k in the space of a year. You will blow past 20k, 30k, 40k. I really mean this. But if you take a more relaxed approach to this and you're only doing like 4 hours per day, we will still get you to 20k in the next 6 months. As long as it's focused work, you're not there scrolling on Instagram looking at Instagram models while you're supposed to be working, right?
Yeah.
In terms of the guarantee, what do we need you to do? It's basically the process I've just shown you.
Okay, so I've used that initial statement as a way to just beef up his confidence a little bit, let him know that we're going to get you to the goal, throwing in a little bit of humor because I can tell that obviously he's a bit nervous, just to calm the situation down, get rid of his anxiety, and now we're going into the discussion around the guarantee.
Okay, pick a niche, build an offer using the process, use the appointment booking systems to no surprises book appointments, use the sales systems to no surprises, close your deals, speak with the consultants, let us support you and help you. It's literally everything that you would already need to do to get to your goals, but it's just with us. If you do it with us and you follow that process, we guarantee you we'll get you 20 clients minimum. And the reason we can do that is because we've done it successfully for 1,000 people. So we're pretty confident that it works. Yeah.
Good response. Nice and concise, lots of confidence looping, straight to the point.
Yeah. So this is a 45-minute call, right?
I've got time. You're on my last call of the day.
Alright.
My girlfriend's literally just jumped on an airplane to go and see her family in Norway. I have nothing to do, brother. I've got all the time above you.
Taking the pressure off him, okay? I can tell that he wants to think about it. I also do not want him to jump off the call. So I'm letting him know, you've got time, man. Don't stress. I'm here for you.
Perfect. Can I sleep on this, or what is your response to that?
Okay, first time that we're getting the time to think about it, objection. Now, if you listen, okay, this is why it's so important that you're engaging in active listening. If you listen to the way that he's positioned it, he hasn't said, sounds good, I'm going to go and have a little sleep on this. He's asked for permission to have a sleep on it, right? So I am still in control of the conversation at this stage. Now, what do I need to do next? I need to diffuse the situation and then start working towards, most likely, a retie.
I sleep on it.
Good question. When you say you want to go away and sleep on it, realistically you want to think about it. Genuinely, just in case I can actually help you with that. What is it that you'd be thinking about?
Well, when you make a big decision.
Okay, so the pathing is slightly different here. I've gone straight to trying to figure out what it is that he's going to be thinking about. I expect I will go to a retie shortly after.
And usually you sleep on it, and then your brain works during the night, and then you wake up and you're not. You basically.
Mm-hmm.
More confident.
And in terms of big decision, is it big decision because I'm committing to a different version of my life, where I'm drawing a line in the sand and I'm saying to myself, I'm being serious, I'm going all in on this, and I'm not doing truck driving anymore? Or do you mean big decision in the sense of I'm going to spend 9.6k?
So in his response, he hasn't really given me anything. He hasn't given me clarity around what is actually happening. But because I'm engaging in active listening, I've picked up on the fact that he said that he feels like this is a big decision. What the hell does that mean? So now I'm using strategic questioning as a way to start unpicking this. Now, because he's not bringing clarity to the table, I'm presenting him with options so that he's able to pick. So again, I can have more control over the conversation, right? And start dissecting what is really going on.
The spending, I guess. Spending 9.6k is, yeah.
Okay, notice though he still said, I guess. So there's still room that maybe I need to keep the other factor in mind. But he's more focused on the money side of things right now, right?
Okay, let's put money to the side for a second, because I can actually help you out with that. You don't need to worry about doing 9.6 up front.
Diffusing.
Right. I guess the conversation that I really want to have is, do you feel like this actually would get you to 10k a month minimum? Do you?
Retie, right? He's in a state of fear, concerned about the money, in a negative headspace right now. Let's bring him back to where he is trying to go. Let's focus on the goals for a second. Let's see what he responds to this.
I feel like this actually would put you in the position where you have that time freedom to be with your family and you don't have to be a truck driver anymore. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's important, right?
Good tonality there as well.
Okay, so you feel like
Quick response.
it would get you there.
So I can trust in the fact here that he does actually believe in the product. So I'm slowly starting to work my way now down through the objection handling meta framework.
Yes.
Definitive yes.
What?
Double down as well to just double check. Okay, does he actually mean this? Again, active listening. There is a difference between a yeah And there is a difference between that and a yes. Yes is a lot more definitive. Again, I know I'm being super granular with this. I don't want you to massively overthink everything that's going on. It's going to take you time, obviously, to get to the stage where you can really pick these things apart to this level of detail. Just try and take the key nuggets away from this. I will explain to you what those are later on in the call, but one of the main things that you should really be paying attention to in this call is, one, how deep I go into each objection, each concern, the amount of strategic questions I'm asking to really root out what is actually going on. And then the second thing is, it's just my lens, my perspective on all of this. I'm expecting to know every single time, which means I don't get frustrated with the prospect in the slightest. And then the third thing, just to keep an eye on, is you'll notice there's very few times in the call where I'm pushing. Most of the time I'm pulling the prospect towards the close, and I'm not using high pressure sales tactics to do that, which makes him feel more comfortable. And that's important because he's in a state of fear.
Why do you feel like it would get you there?
Because I feel like I would.
Another double down.
It would set up systems for me, and I feel like it would get me there. Yes.
And you back yourself to actually do the work. Like, you're sufficiently motivated by the version of
Yes.
yourself. Okay, cool.
Oh yes.
So let's say, right, because I guess the thing that you're thinking about right now is this, is like, I've got a window at the moment where I've got cash saved up. If I spend this, that window probably gets a bit shorter. So let's say that door behind you burst open, your mum walked in and she was like, we just won the Mega Millions, I don't know what it's called in the US, but
Yeah.
we just won the lottery. I know
Value question.
that you don't want to be a truck driver anymore. Here's 10 grand, that would be slave business. Would you invest that with us to get to your goals, to guarantee those 20 paying clients?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a
Not the strongest yes there. But again, working our way down through the objection handling meta framework. All right. So we know that he's confident. He's confident on the product. Value side of things could be a little bit of an issue, which suggests that potentially he has got the capital. I'm making assumptions at this point in time, right? This is where my head would be at in the call. I'm thinking maybe he's got the money, but he's not 100% there yet in terms of the value. So maybe I need to leverage the pricing plans to be able to help him see more value in this. I also probably need to tackle fear, but I'm not going to be able to draw a conclusion on this until I really start digging more. Don't want to be making assumptions, but I can just allow some of these things to guide me on where I need to be going with the call.
money thing. It's a cash flow finances issue, right?
Yes.
Okay, double checking that money is the main thing that he's really concerned about.
Would it help if I break this down into something way more manageable so you don't need to worry about any of that and you can still scale up and we will still guarantee you that we will get you 20 paying clients?
Two things there: testing to see if he would be happy with a pricing plan, and then also just adding a little bit of confidence to this as well, letting him know that, look, bro, this is not going to change the guarantee at all. You're still going to get the exact same outcome. Let's see what he says.
What do you mean by that, manageable?
Okay, now he's interested.
Cool. So I have two options. What I can do is I can split this into two payments of 4,800. One today, one in a month's time. The other thing that I can do is split this into three payments of 3,200. And then what you'd be looking at is one today, one in a month's time, one in 2 months' time. And what this means is, one, we are beholden
Just quickly delivered really nicely. Okay, super concise, no faffing about, straight to the point.
to you to get this to work. Because I'm telling you now, I'm not going to get on a plane and fly out to Utah with a balaclava and a baseball bat to hunt you down if you cancel it, right? We have to make sure that it works, otherwise you're just obviously not going to continue paying us.
Again, just leveraging this as a way to give him some more confidence, right? Look, you and I both know, bro, if this doesn't work out, you're just going to cancel it. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time because you can start priming the prospect and pushing them in the direction of cancelling. You do this over multiple different calls, cancellation rate is going to go up. Okay, but here I'm using it as a way to let him know that we are going to be in his corner and make sure that he does well. Okay, so he doesn't need to worry about that because I can tell that he has hesitancy, can tell that he has reservations around whether or not this is going to work.
The other thing is it puts you in a position where you can make money from the business to cover the future payments. And the cash that you do have in your bank account right now stays exactly where it is, other than realistically the first payment, maybe a little bit of the second payment. Is that a little bit more in line with your budgetary constraints?
That's a little better. Yeah.
Okay. And out of those two options, which one?
Well, the 3 months is more logical. I mean, so the 3 payment, I mean, 3,200 a month.
Okay, so we've seen a little bit of a move. Okay, but again, if we pay attention to his language, so that's a little bit better. He didn't say that's going to work for me, but I am going to go for the ask and just trying to get a read on where we are.
The 3,200 3 payments.
And does that make you feel comfortable? Does that put you in a position where you feel like you're still in control of the finances side of things? You're not taking any massive risks. You're locking in. You're pushing forward. You're getting the help that you need to be successful with this in the window of time that you have.
Yes.
Okay, just double checking that he's comfortable, he's happy before I make the ask. I think I'm about to make the ask. This is a good time for me to make the ask. Probably still going to say no. I know that he says no because obviously the call continues, but good to test the waters. His conviction level has been raised a little bit. Let's see what happens.
Okay. With all of this in mind, shall we do this?
Okay, really important here. A lot of you might not feel comfortable to hold silence here. Now, me holding silence here is not a sales tactic to apply pressure to the prospect. That is not why I'm doing it. I'm holding silence so that he can actually think this through. Right? You don't have to speak at this point in time. If you've asked a good question, don't talk past the question.
And I still sleep on it.
Brother, you can
Second time to think about it, objection.
sleep on this. Yeah, like I can't stop you from just.
Well, I do like that. I do like
I can't stop you from just hanging out the call. Of course you can sleep on it, right? The thing is,
Diffusing.
the reason why I'm here is to try and help you. That is the whole reason why I exist. If I don't feel like I can help someone, I will tell them, as I told you at the start of the call, right? If I can't help you, I'm not going to spend my time with you. I'm not going to try and tell you something that you don't need. But by the sound of things, you need help. And it's not just that you need help, it's that you're operating against the clock. And so what I'm trying to understand right now is when you want to think about things now.
Just coming back to the table again. What is it that you're going to be thinking about, brother? Also, first segment of this, obviously we went to diffuse, then came in with a little bit of empathy as a way to build some more rapport, more trust with the prospect. If he's in a state of fear, the more trust that I can build, the more rapport I can build, the better.
Is it a case of the money still? Or, and when I say the money, I mean, Jack, that's just not feasible for me if I do this. Like, I'm going to fuck my life up a little bit.
Soft read on cash on hand.
Or do you mean
Clarification, right? We've got to make it clear when you're asking a compound question. This question or this question. Otherwise, you're going to get a muddled response. Still could happen. Not sure. Might happen. But if you separate the questions out like that, as we talk about in the modules, you're creating 2 different pathways that the conversation can go down so that the prospect has the option to be able to pick.
I just feel uncomfortable investing this kind of money because I've never done it before.
Well, I guess in this point, it's about who do I want to help me? I know you guys are very...
Okay, now we've started to surface competition at the table. So let's see how we go about navigating this.
Pretty expensive. And I understand. I see why. Because you have very good...
Pretty expensive. Still some concerns around the value side of things. Also, obviously, ties into money a little bit.
knowledge base. But at this point, it's a matter of who. Because this week I was going to meet up with a bunch of different people and see who it would be.
So at this stage, I can assume, and one of the first conversations that he's had, could be worthwhile exploring this. Should explore this.
The best to work with, basically. That's kind of why.
Okay, I appreciate the transparency. All right. Look, bro, I'm not going to take that away from you if that's what you want to do. I will say this, and obviously I get that
Didn't explore it. Would have been worthwhile exploring it. Mistake.
you're probably going to take what I say with a pinch of salt because at the end of the day, I am a salesperson.
Tactical authenticity.
It's my job.
Yeah.
We have the best product in the market. I don't mean that lightly.
Yeah,
We genuinely, by a long stretch, have the best product in the market. And hopefully that's apparent across the board. In the way that I am being with you, level of professionalism, skill set, the way that Charlie is on his YouTube channel, the amount of value that he gives away for free. Brother, that stuff in the program. Like, what he gives you on YouTube is probably 25% of what is actually in the program. It's so...
A little bit too high there. Also, I don't feel like that's accurate. Reason why that could be problematic is if I can do this by myself, objection starts to surface, right? If I'm saying, hey, look, you can get a quarter of the value for free off of watching YouTube, if his mindset, for whatever reason, maybe I missed it, was primed towards, well, I feel like I can do this by myself, he might latch onto that and be like, well, maybe I should just continue watching the YouTube channel, then things will work out.
But the most important thing that I would say is this. Nobody else in the market guarantees 20 paying clients because they can't do it. They can't consistently get that type of result. And so if I was in your shoes and I could find somebody else, maybe who would do this for 1K, teach me some skills, do this for 3K, teach me some skills. I'm not saying that it's a bad idea, right? Because you get to save money. But it depends where your focus is. Are you focused on getting to the goal and ensuring that you get to the goal? Or are you focused on trying to save money right now?
Good binary question. Very good binary question. Just helping to put all of this into perspective. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this because you want to compromise the goal but save money? I mean, I don't really need to explain it, but or is the main focus getting to the goal? I know that the answer is going to be the latter, which is why I am asking this question again, to push him back in the direction of the close. But in my opinion here, it would have been wise. It would have been wise to explore the competition side of things a little bit more, even if that was just a case of saying, okay, understood that you are going to have some calls lined up for the rest of the week, just to check, have you taken any already? Maybe he had taken a call already, and I can start leveraging that information and what he picked up from that call as a way to create separation as well. I didn't do that. I'm using this pathway to create separation, but it would have been easier if I had used strategic questions to collect information first before giving a rebuttal.
Get to the goal.
Okay. If that is the case, as uncomfortable as it may be, and obviously, despite perhaps wanting to, talk to other people, what do you feel like is the right thing to do? Because it's kind of like when you see that girl of your dreams, stunning, great personality, great family values, all of that type of stuff, you probably, after you go on like the first or second date, don't go out on dates with other girls, right? So what do you feel like is the right thing to do?
Well, I feel like the right thing to do is sleep on it.
Third time to think about it. Objection. Don't know how long we've spent so far tackling this. Been a good 20 minutes by the looks of things, just tackling the time to think about it. Objection. Okay. I hope this is starting to really drill home the point of how much detail you need to go into sometimes with overcoming an objection. Sometimes it's super quick. You can get it done in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Other times it's going to take some effort. All right.
Because I understand you're a salesman where you're trying to close me down. I understand that's a thing.
Interesting. Okay, so there's still a little bit of a lack of trust here. He's still a little bit hesitant about his relationship with me.
But you're right. Yeah.
Tactical authenticity. Yes, you are right, my friend. You are 100% right. And why am I doing this? Let's see what I do next. Damaging admission, right?
I like to sleep on it.
You're 100% right, brother. Of course I'm going to close you now. And I'll tell you why. I hope you can see if I'm brutally honest, bro. I'd just rather be very, very straight.
You're a very good salesman. You probably close a lot of deals per day.
Not the best thing when a prospect tells you this, right? If a prospect tells you you're a really, really good salesperson, but I need some time to think about it. Are you really that good at sales? Because otherwise they wouldn't need time to think about it. It's a little bit of an insult.
Bro, I've helped them scale this business from $40K to $800,000 a month.
Yeah.
Done 2,000 calls with people exactly like you, which is the perfect segue into what I'm going to say to you.
Expertise.
The reason that I want to close you now, and I'm just being so honest, is not for me. It really isn't for me. Like, I'm fine. My life.
Radical authenticity. In this call, I kind of crossed the boundary a little bit in terms of authenticity. I take it a little bit too far. It does work well. And just to be clear here, when I say radically honest, I'm not being rude with the prospect at any point in time, but I'm compromising myself a little bit too much. And that can be risky because I need to remain the authority on the call.
If it's good, I'm happy. I'm already at the point that you want to be at location freedom, working on time freedom, for sure financial freedom. This deal doesn't mean a lot for me financially. It means a lot to me personally because what I care about now is impact, actually helping people to change their lives. It is the
Okay, so now I'm starting to try and build that bridge in terms of our personal relationship. If he's brought to the table, look, you're trying to close me, all of this sounds great. I need to work on our relationship. He's not connected with me yet.
reason why, when you look at the results page that we have,
show don't tell, right? I'm showing him the results page. I am on number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, best results in the company. So I'm substantiating my claim of I care about driving impact and I know a good fit when I see one.
it's because I'm not motivated by the money. I just care about having honest conversations with people to get them to their goals. And so, my fear is this, and it's because I've seen it hundreds of times.
Even more tactical authenticity. All of this is going to help to lower his guard, or especially around me, just so that we can start having an honest conversation. Because what is the most dangerous objection, people? It will always be the one you don't know about, right? So I need to get him to start having an honest conversation with me. And I'm hoping by me being honest and setting that agenda on the call around, look, we're just having a chat here, that in turn he will follow suit and start being more honest with me. He's being pretty honest at the moment, but it still can't figure out what's going on. So we need to go a layer deeper.
Usually when people go away and think about things, they don't take action. It's a form of procrastination. If you feel like this genuinely will get you to at least 10K per month, give you the time freedom you want, put you in a position where you can help your family, take you away from the trucking job, give you the version of your life that you actually want to live, it's just a little bit of fear. is probably what's going on right now. And that's completely normal.
Yeah, nearly made a mistake there, right? It's just a case of fear. I don't want to project that onto him. Good that I followed up with it's probably the case.
But the easiest way to avoid fear is just to get rid of the thing that makes you fearful. But that's not how you get to your goals. You have to face it head on. And it's part of the process of becoming successful. And that's why I want to coach you now, bro. Because if you commit to this and you say to yourself, fuck, it's terrifying, but I deserve better. I want more for me, for my current family, for my future family. And I'm willing to face my fears in order to manifest that and make that happen. I promise you, I hope you can hear, not just in the beautiful words that I'm saying to you, but the emotion behind it, that I mean this. It will be the best decision you ever make in your life.
Very good tonality. None of this is fake, by the way. This is why I say in the Articles of Attrition video, it's so important to be client orientated. At this stage, obviously I'm freeballing all of this, man. This is not scripted. I'm speaking from the heart, which is why you can hear the emotion in my tonality. Doing this will really help, again, to bridge that gap.
Really mean that. And I want to help you get there because I know I can.
Yeah.
That has also made him a little bit uncomfortable because now we've put him in a position where he could still come back. He might just be about to say, Jack, I need some time to think about it. But I'm just being honest with him, right? So I can help him get to his goals. I'm selling, but I'm not hard selling. I'm pulling, I'm not pushing.
So here's a question you probably get a lot. Why are you not? Why don't you have an agency? Do you have?
This is a very good question.
Because I'm assuming it's just because you're good enough salesman, you're booking enough sales call, you make just as much doing this than having an agency. That's what I'm assuming.
Okay, in the interest of continuing to be honest with you, I'll tell you why. There's two sides to this.
This is why I felt like I was a little bit too honest with him, but it did serve a purpose. You'll see.
First one is this, brother. I was you 3+ years ago. Wanted to build an agency, didn't know how, bought many products in the market, spent a lot of money, lost a lot of money because they weren't very good. Charlie messaged me long before he blew up on YouTube when he had like 1,000 subscribers. I was the 31st person to ever buy the product. In my first month, I booked 31 appointments. 31 appointments in my first month. So I personally know the product works because I've used it.
This is good. All of this is good. And personal stories. Using this as a way to raise his conviction levels. Haven't quite got to answering his question as of yet. Okay? You can see I'm segueing into all of this. I'm not rushing things. I am being concise with the responses I'm giving. But I'm using every question as an opportunity to raise the prospect's conviction levels.
I then realised I was very good at sales. And Charlie came to me with an offer and he basically said, you can either scale your own business or you can help me to scale mine. You'll learn a lot more skills in the process. And it was a no-brainer. Helped them, as I said, to scale the business from 40k all the way up to 800k. Made a name for myself in this industry. Got a good reputation as a result of it. And when it comes to why I haven't taken that path again, I literally had it in my notice the other day. Because the program is that good. I have taken so many fucking people like yourself through this. 10k, 20k, 30k, 40k, 50k, 100k per month. It's phenomenal. Like, I really mean it. It's phenomenal. It was the hardest decision for me to make, to choose to leave the company, because I love it.
Very true. Tears in my eyes.
I love having conversations with people like you, being able to drive impact. But I've got to get back into it because it's like, I just can't have it.
So what could have been a bad situation for me, based on the question that you asked, because it's a valid question, I have used that as a way to build more confidence and conviction.
The reason why. It's come full circle for me. So again, bro, like, I wouldn't tell you this stuff if I didn't mean everything that I'm saying. I promise you, I'm not saying you should buy this just so that I can go to my spreadsheet and say, close them. I'm doing it because I want you to send me a message in 6 months' time and say, thank you, Jack, so much for pushing me on this initial call. You have changed my life. That is what I live for. That is the most important thing to me, so that when I pass, I can face God and know that I have lived a good life and lived in service.
Ugh, disgusting. Very nice response, right? Again, all of this is true. Again, the importance of being client orientated. I wouldn't be able to say any of that stuff with a straight face, with the right emotion, with the right tonality, if it wasn't true. Approaching the conversation in this way, it makes it very, very, very difficult for the prospect to counteract against that. Right? Very difficult. So I can eradicate his concerns, his doubts, his objections.
So can you trust me? Can you trust in all of the content that you have seen from Charlie so far on YouTube? Can you trust in the thousands of results of people who have done this before you? And have the confidence to step forward with this, bro, because I really, really mean it. You will look back at this and realise it was genuinely one of the best decisions you have made in your life up to this point. It's that good, as cliche as it sounds.
Another ask. Subtle ask. But third ask that I have made. Again, I hope it's just opening your eyes a little bit. If someone says no the first time, the second time, the third time, doesn't mean that the deal is over. You just keep pushing. Keep cracking on. important why you need to set expectations in the right way. Continuously expect a no. Otherwise, what happens? Your frame gets broken. My frame hasn't been broken this whole time. Don't know how deep we are into it now. Maybe half an hour. My tonality is the same. My conviction levels are the same. I haven't shaken at all.
Can we, like, can I send you an email or text in the...
Fourth, time to think about objection. We go again.
morning?
Well, of course you can. Like,
Same thing. What are we doing? Diffuse. Yeah, of course. I don't have a problem with that. I think genuinely it's fine.
I decided to do, because I know that when I say I want to sleep on it, and you're thinking like, oh, he's just going to procrastinate and leave. But if I send you a text or something letting you know what I decided tomorrow, does that work?
of course it does, bro. Like, all the options are on the table. But I promise you it's not your best interest. I'm just saying this from doing 2,000 sales calls. The number of people who actually do come on board, often, like, getting off the first,
Leveraging my expertise.
is like 7% of people. And I know it's like, well, it doesn't really matter, I can come back to this, all of that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's, if you're not ready to make the commitment now, why would you be ready to make the commitment in the morning? What's going to change between now and the morning?
Well, I slept on it, and I'm like, if I did it now, I feel like I made the decision too fast. With big decisions, I like to sleep on them. That's basically all going to change.
Okay, for him, this is still a big thing, right?
And I respect that, and I understand that, right?
Now we're about to dive into the role model reframe. Okay, this is not working. Again, as I say in the fear objection, it's not that you should be going from one thing into the next thing, into the next thing. You need to be having these gaps in between using these tracks to try and raise the prospect's conviction level. Another thing to take into consideration is the fact that we are still on the 3-time payment. I still have a 4-time, a 5-time, and a 6-time that I can offer. So again, I hope this is putting into context what I mean when I'm saying you need to spend time raising prospects' conviction levels before you go to the next payment plan.
Who are some of the people, perhaps, that you look at in the business world that you admire? Like people like Jeff Bezos, Elon.
Left a little bit too long of a gap there because he could have interacted with somebody that I have no idea who they are. Then I could have come to the table and said, okay, and do you also like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and cover my tracks? But the gap was a little bit too long there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take. I mean, either of them. Jeff Bezos has got Amazon. He's also got Amazon Web Services. He's also got what's his space company called? I can't remember.
Blue Origin.
Blue Origin. Elon Musk has got Tesla. He's got X. He's got SpaceX. He's got the Boring Company. When you look at those guys, do you think that they trust their instinct to make decisions, or do you think that they've got to the point that they're at by sleeping on it every night? The point that I'm making is this. Is it possible that the decision-making process that you have used thus far to get to this point in time where you are in life is the exact reason why you are where you are in life right now? And making a change in that decision-making process is the exact thing that you need to do in order to become the version of yourself you want to be.
I'm using an abridged version of the role model reframe. Potentially because of that, because I haven't used strategic questions, I haven't set as many traps, I get the response that I'm about to get.
Yeah, I see where you went with that. That was pretty good.
See, he's still in this headspace of, man, this guy's, he's selling to me, I'm in trouble. I need to get rid of that.
Don't even look at it from the perspective of, oh, Jack, that sounded really poetic.
Which is why I'm redirecting his attention to, but is the premise of what I'm saying, do you believe that to be true? Fine. If you don't, just want to have a conversation.
It did. It was good.
It's not about that. It's about objectively, do you believe that that is true? Like, does that make sense that that would be accurate?
Well,
I don't know about you guys when you're listening to this, but I'm not pushing right now. I don't feel like I'm pushing. Maybe you're listening to this and you're thinking, Jesus Christ, you're pushing him hard. I don't think that's the vibe that he's probably getting right now. Probably feels comfortable to sit on the call. If I start pushing too much, he's going to want to get off the call. He's already told me, I think 3 times, maybe 4 times, that he wants to get off the call. So if I push too much, he's going to enter the dead zone. But this is why I'm trying to pull him along so that I don't raise that fear more, raise that anxiety more.
in a normal case, that would. But so far, I've never had a problem with my decision making. So I feel like I've only recently switched to decide to go do this. Like, so far, I've been fairly successful in everything else I've done. So that's the only problem, I guess, with that.
What did you like most about Charlie's contact?
Okay, now I've taken this pathway, just to highlight this, another pathway that I could have taken is, okay, I understand that you've been successful so far in what it is that you're doing. Could have taken strategic questions to understand, okay, how is it you became successful at this and this and this and this and this, to lead him in the direction of, oh, well, I had help, I had training. Another thing that I could have done, so now we're starting to talk about thinking laterally, so you can be aware of different pathways that you can take with the call, right? Another thing that I could have done in this situation is ask him something to the effect, maybe not immediately, but this is the end goal. Ask him something to the effect of, okay, and now that you are doing something different where you're going from being an employee to being a business owner, do you think that you can continue to use the same decision-making process to be successful at that? Do you think that it's possible that employees have different decision-making processes that they use in order to be successful within their career versus business owners who have to ensure the success of every single person on their team? Something to that effect, right? Again, good strategic questions, good binary questions. The answer to that is probably going to be, well, yes, right? Instead, what I'm doing is throwing in a little bit of a curveball question. And the reason why I'm doing this at this stage of the call, I assume, because it's been a while since I did the call, is because I'm just trying to get a read on what is going on. Where is this lack of trust coming from? What is happening? I need to figure this out because we're not really progressing. The conversation is getting a bit stagnant.
Just the straightforwardness. There's only a few people that do that. Just put the information there. No bullshit.
And why did you like that?
Because he's
Getting him to double down on the positives.
not trying to hide. He doesn't seem to be hiding anything. I mean, I noticed a little bit of, like, oh, I'm not doing this. I noticed a little bit of, I know what his tactics are, but I like him. I like his tactics.
Because he's straightforward, because he's honest, and because like it feels like the information he's giving you is like trustworthy.
Yeah, and I see what he's doing. He's trying to get you to be like, oh, he's trustworthy, so I'm going to go do his course. Yeah, I see what he's doing.
Okay.
It's very smart.
Do you feel like I am being honest with you at the moment?
Yes, I feel like you're honest. I see all your sales tactics. They're very, I like them. You're a good, really good. You're honest. Good salesman.
Okay. Most important question. As weird as it may sound to ask you, and especially considering I don't know, I've been speaking to you for like an hour.
Yeah.
Do you genuinely believe I have your best interests at heart?
Yes.
Tonality. Are you sure? Pause in his cadence. Then, not the most convicted response then. Yes, kind of. I would say he's more leaning in the direction of yes than no, but there is some doubt there. So what do I need to do? Challenge.
There was a little bit of...
I mean, I would like to believe that. Yes, I believe you have my best interest.
Okay, much better response then.
Yes. With that in mind, bro, where is the gap? Where is the gap? Because you like Charlie, you like how raw the information is, you see that it's valuable, you like the process, you feel like it will get you to where you want to be.
I'm doing double downs now, right? It doesn't have to always just be the prospect who's doubling down on things. I'm doubling down on it. I'm bringing the things that he has said to the table again as a way to raise his conviction level.
Do you trust that I actually want to see you win, which I do? What am I missing? Just help me to understand, what is it that I'm missing that's stopping you having the level of fucking confidence that I have, that this is perfect for you and it will actually change your life? What am I missing, brother?
Okay, now he's actually thinking. What happens next is interesting.
I guess my mindset of I like to sleep on decisions. Maybe if you had like a text where you text me tomorrow like, hey, where did you sit on that?
Okay, fifth time to think about it, objection. I think maybe it's fourth. I've lost count. There's too many.
I don't know how many people you get that are like me. We're like, oh, I'm gonna sleep on it.
70%.
70%.
And you can find this yourself and you get them.
You have any systems where it's like you will text me the next if you don't close the person, do you hit them up the next day like, oh, what did you decide to do? You obviously have something like that, and you say only 7% actually go through.
To give you an analogy,
Why do we use analogies? To help reframe the prospect's perspective on something that potentially could be complex. We haven't really used many analogies in this call. Okay, we used one with obviously the competition thing, and then I believe this is the second time that we're doing it. Probably could have used them a little bit more. Different stages.
for example, start of 2024, you were like, I want to get buff, I want to get shredded, I want to look like Chris Bumstead, be jacked like Alex Hormozy, and then go to the gym this year. January 1st comes around.
Again, I just want to point this out, right? Like, if you listen to my tonality, like, I'm not phased right now. I haven't a broken frame. I'm having fun. Genuinely, I'm really enjoying having this conversation with this guy. And so my frame hasn't broken. And because of that, because of the way that my tonality is, because it's light, because it's airy, because it's calm, I'm able to keep him in a position where he stays calm and he's more likely to stay on the call with me. And I can start, again, just building that bridge of trust and rapport.
And you don't sign up for the gym. The likelihood of you staying committed to your goal, knowing that was your New Year's resolution and you didn't follow through on it when you had the opportunity to do it, dramatically decreases. It's the same thing. Like, as far as I can see, unless I am missing something, everything is perfect. Like, it's not like you're saying, oh, I don't like this part about the product. If you said that, that's fine. Or you said, oh, I just don't trust you, I don't trust Charlie, you don't have enough reviews, I've never heard of Charlie before. It's just, this is what I typically do and I want to continue doing what I typically do. But I want to get different results from my life. Just being so honest with you, bro. And like, just logically, if you want to change your life, you have to change.
Yeah.
And so I know that I'm challenging your current decision-making model, but we will do a lot of that because you as a person, for you to get to 10K, you have to become the type of...
So obviously, in the objection omnipotence module, I talk about as a salesperson, you have to wear different hats. The financier, the strategist. Now I am playing, to an extent, the role of a therapist.
person that thinks like someone who is able to make 10K easily, 20K easily. You have to learn how to think like that. And that's why I'm challenging your decision-making process. is because in deciding to commit to that change personally as an individual is literally a prerequisite to getting to where you want. And I can't quit. Like, I'm done. I told you I'm done for the day. I can go and sit down and watch Netflix. I'm done. But for me, I will be thinking about this. When you are trying to sleep on it, I will not be sleeping. So I will be thinking about this because I know that I could have helped you. And that is so important.
Okay, I'm talking a little bit too much here. I am talking too much. But what I'm saying is true. It is going to be helping me to progress the call towards the close. It would have been better if I could be more concise here.
Like, really think about it. Like, imagine in 6 months' time, you have complete location freedom, complete time freedom. You can be with your family all the time.
Confidence looping.
Like, I wish that you were able to come home. I'm dealing with this and I'm dealing with this, and I could really use you being around to help me out with that. You knowing that you're there to pay them back for what they've done for you. You knowing that you're on the path.
Listen to the tonality. Leveraging my cadence. I'm adding gravitas to specific words. Right now, if I don't say so myself, like, I'm engaging to listen to. There's a lot of emotion behind what I'm saying. And because of that, it will cultivate emotion in him. I'm just projecting my confidence onto him because he's lacking confidence, right? So where can he get confidence from? He can get confidence from the product. He can get confidence from results. He can get confidence from the guarantee. But ultimately, the best place he's going to get confidence from is me, which again is why it's very important that you don't break frame when you're on your goals.
To be able to scale this thing from 10k to 20k to 30k, take your family on holidays. That's what we're talking about right now. And that's why I can't quit, because I literally know I can give that to you. If you're willing to put in the work and if you're willing to trust me, all of that will become a reality. And I don't want, for the sake of you getting a good 8 hours of beauty sleep, for that to slip through your fingers, knowing what I know working in this space. It's a massive risk. It's too much of a risk for me.
So why would I decide not to?
Fear. It's always there. It's like, what usually happens is people think.
Deep into a therapy session here. I'm flirting also with the line of coaching. So I need to be very careful. But I'm of the view that right now, the information that I'm providing him, 1, will be insightful, and 2, demonstrates my level of expertise, which again will help to build more trust. And 3, I'm also demonstrating to an extent the value of what he will be able to get from the product and how it will help him to get to his goals.
Do I really want to spend £3,000 on this? £3,000 is quite a lot of money, because it is, right? Maybe I should just try and do this by myself, because it's pain avoidance. I don't know if you've seen Charlie talking about pain avoidance in any of his videos. It's pain avoidance.
Again, talking too much.
But the argument for spending the money is this. You spend money to save time. That's why people say time is money. You pay someone to teach you the skills that would take you years to learn. It's why people go to university, to college, so they don't have to learn everything by themselves. It's the fastest way to get that.
What is happening here is the reason why I'm talking so much is because I want to get him to this logical outcome, right? Now, I could have taken the pathway of strategic questioning. I'm loving the sound of my own voice a little bit too much here, right? Because strategic questioning would have been better, but I have tried for a good half an hour through strategic questioning to get him to shift on his perspective. And so now what I'm doing is just laying out the logical thought process step by step by step by step so that he can follow along. And he's engaged in the conversation as well. So I know that he's paying attention, but whether or not this is going to resonate with him, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it?
If you listen to the it's like, nah, I haven't really moved the needle.
Is it the money thing, Craig? Is that the thing? I'm just trying to understand. Is it the money thing, or is it just that you have never invested this kind of money into yourself? Because they're two very different things.
I can't put a finger on what it is. It's like, I know I said it's my decision. I can't make decisions. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, again, you can't see this on the screen, but he's looking around like this. Like, you can tell that he's thinking. If I interject there, I'm doing myself a disservice. It's better to let him think, because he's trying. He is trying to figure it out.
To be honest, it's just I like the idea of being able to wake up and then sign on. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay. What would you do if you were in my situation right now? Like, let's say, for example, you're now running
What would you do, reframe?
your agency, you're dealing with prospects, like you're on a sales call with them, they're literally
Again, bear in mind, I still haven't gone to the next payment plan.
perfect for this. You know that you can help them, you can get them to their goals, you can get them to the position where they can help out their family more, everything. Like, it's set in stone, but they're just a little bit hesitant about stepping forward. What is it? What would you do in that situation? What would you say to them? Like, honestly.
I would probably, if I had time, I'd probably jump on a sales call the next day.
You sell as you buy.
Of course, you probably already know other. I don't know. I haven't done as much sales.
Now I take the conversation in a really interesting direction based off of the back of what he just says there. Here, he says, I don't have as much sales experience as you do.
Just because I don't know. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. It's a long sales call. What time is it where you're at?
8:15 in the evening.
Oh, nice.
You need to be careful here that the conversation doesn't derail. I'm thinking, I don't know what to say right now, which is why I'm taking time.
Let's do that, bro. Do you feel like this will work?
Top of the objection, handling this framework.
I guess I'm probably at 95%, not at 100% for some reason.
Okay, cool. So he's got a high action threshold. Realistically, his action threshold is not going to be 95%, but you get the point, right? a lot needs to be done to get this guy across the line.
Wonder why.
Does the guarantee of 20 paying clients or all your money back, $5,000 on top, and then 20 paying clients regardless, give you that extra 5%?
20 reoccurring paying clients. Okay.
20 paying clients, yeah.
Open-ended response here, okay, because it's not 20 reoccurring paying clients, but it is 20 paying clients. And then I go on to substantiate what I mean by this.
And those clients should sign on for 3 months minimum. But here's the thing, Craig. If you have the skills and the systems to be able to get 20 clients,
Again, I'm just adding a little bit more confidence into this, just in case he's got some doubt around this now. I don't want another weed popping up.
because if you manage to sign on 20 paying clients in 6 months, you will be able to sign on another 20 paying clients in the next 6 months. And then you will have like 35 clients. And then you'll be making like 30K per month.
What percent of the people didn't get their 20 clients in the 180 days?
Very good question. Our refund rate is like 0.3%.
0.3%.
0.3%. It's incredibly low. What I will tell you is this, Craig. If you don't put in the work, you're never going to get that rate.
Yeah.
I'm putting the onus back onto him. Okay, now I'm looking for more emotional commitment. I may go for another ask after this, I'm not sure. But I need more emotional buy-in.
This is what I've learned from being around crazy successful people as they work hard. That's why I'm still here with you right now. When I could stop work at like 5. You have to put in the work. If you're confident, you can put in the work. And this is actually meaningful to you because a lot of people, they say, Jack, I want to get to 10K. Jack, I want to get to 100K. But they don't actually want it. It just sounds nice.
Yeah, I understand that. A lot of people want stuff, but they don't actually want it.
He's a very reasonable guy, right? He doesn't have a lot of ego. I like talking to people like this. We're just having a conversation, man.
They just say they do. Yeah.
So if you're serious, and it sounds like you're serious because otherwise you don't understand that, that's not going to be a problem. Promise you, it's not going to be a problem. Everything that you need will be there. Promise that support will not be a problem. We've overkilled the support. There's like 40 team members that help you scale the business.
Confidence, 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 confidence. It's his frame against mine right now. He's coming to me with doubt. I'm coming to him with confidence and conviction.
I think my objection is it's weird. It's like it must have something to do with sales or something.
Okay, finally, after all of this time, I've now bought enough rapport with him, enough trust. Maybe he doesn't understand what the core objection is about this. That can happen sometimes on calls. But he's now actually peeling back the layers.
I don't know.
Just think about how much time this has taken, people, right? I've been dealing with the time to think about the objection, I think, for about 45 minutes, 40 minutes. You've got to be patient.
And it's a weird something. Like it's like maybe it's control. I guess I want to be able to decide. I want to sleep on it and then wake up and I can do it. I don't. It's weird. I can't explain it.
It's very interesting. I've never had someone say that to me before. That makes a lot of sense. It does, right? Because
Empathy.
being on the sales call with me right now, like you know that you're getting sold to, and that maybe that makes you feel like a little bit uncomfortable, and
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
you want to have a little bit more control over the process. That does make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
So I guess that's a way to put it into words. I guess. Yeah.
How is that going to reflect in your own sales calls, though, Craig? Genuine question. Because if you yourself are not comfortable with being sold to, promise you that you're going to have a problem selling. Maybe not a massive problem, but that will be a problem.
Yeah. I guess I'll just have to learn how to.
Again, just to dive into this whole thing of not getting frustrated with prospects, right? He's so reasonable. He's a very reasonable person, very logical person. He's just in a state of fear. So me getting frustrated with him for being in a state of fear, that just doesn't make any sense. We just need to work through the emotions to put him back into the driver's seat.
Tell them that. My theory with sales calls, yeah, is if they have a problem they want solved, how can I solve it for them? If they don't have a problem.
Bro, you tell me. That's the situation we're in right now, that you're just on the other side of the fence, right? This is also another reason why you should be
Just constantly reframing his perspective on this, right?
buying the product, right? Like, I'm just being so honest with you. I am just being real. Would you know what to do in this situation?
He is smiling right now, by the way.
Like, how would you feel comfortable?
Because he knows what I'm saying is true. And this is what I'm saying when you're dealing with the fear objection. Sometimes the prospect knows logically what you are saying is true, but they are just battling with their emotions to try and overcome them, okay? Don't beat them up for that. They are human.
Sitting in here, like, pushing
But equally, do not break frame.
and trying. Like, how long has it been now?
Hour and 20?
An hour and 20 minutes, and we were only supposed to speak for 45 minutes. Would you feel
Yeah.
comfortable, like, pushing that hard? Would you back yourself to push that hard? There's so many things to learn. And this is what I was saying to you at the start of the course. It's not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
You would have someone like me teaching you how to do this. But for every area of the business. This has taken me 2,000 hours worth of my time to learn how to do this.
And then some.
Plus getting out, right?
Yeah.
For you to get to this level of experience on your own, you're looking at like 2.5, 2.6 hours of your time. It's years. It's literally years. Again, why these business owners don't want to do the payouts themselves.
Yeah.
This is why people put the money down, bro. Is you're trading your time for money. To make your time, you're prioritizing your time over your money. And that's a switch that has to click in your head as well. It's like, my time is actually the most valuable thing, not my money. Money is infinite, bro.
Again, talking too much.
You made so much money. Even 10k is not a lot of money. 100k is not a lot of money. Really not. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they make.
With that said, even though I say that I'm talking too much, he is very engaged in the conversation right now. He's like leaning forwards, head tilted to the side. He's squinting, like he's really, really paying attention.
Many times over an hour. Do you know what I mean? It's your time. Your time is what is valuable. And that's also why I want you to get started now. It's like, the sooner that you start, the sooner that you get to where you want to go. That's all that we're talking about right now, is the destination where you want to go. I'm going to make you one final offer, and I'm going to get in trouble for doing this.
Hail Mary track. I messed this up. I didn't necessarily need to go to the 6 pay. Went for the 6 pay. Moved the needle massively, but again, hopefully this can demonstrate to you how much time sometimes you need to spend to move the needle before you go and offer the next payment plan. Okay. I'm not saying always that you need to spend this long, but you just have to get a read on the room. Have you raised the conviction levels? I would say that I could have offered a payment plan here a lot earlier, but I'm going for it now. And I'm creating urgency. Key thing with this as well is I'm going for the Hail Mary track and creating urgency, because his core objection is the time to think about it objection. If I give him the pricing plan without putting any additional urgency onto this, it's likely that he's just going to come back and say, that sounds cool, I will get back to you tomorrow.
And will help you to make a decision, okay? I genuinely can only offer this on this call because I'm going to get in trouble for offering you this. So I can't do it tomorrow because I can just say I got caught up in the heat of the moment, got excited. Sorry, guys, I apologize. Right?
Yeah.
What I am going to offer you is to split the payment over 6 months. And then all you're looking at is literally $1,600 to get started. Massively drops the barrier to entry for you. You don't have to put as much capital down. But I can only offer it here and now. I can't offer it tomorrow. If you want to come on board tomorrow, that's absolutely fine. But we can still push ahead. It would be at 3.2.
So that's basically just 16. What did you say?
It would be $1,600 on a monthly basis, 1.6.
For 6 months?
For 6 months, exactly the same price.
Same offer. Is there like a page with like that? Do you have an email with the offer and
Got to be careful with him. Okay.
basically? Because I know you have terms and conditions, right? For the money back
Now he wants to see the contract.
plus $5,000.
I messed this up.
Yeah, but don't you have terms?
I take way too long to find the contract. I think what happened is that we'd recently changed the passwords and I hadn't set it up on my side. And so,
Can you email me that?
in terms of the actual amount of time that's taken place on the call, it's about 40 seconds. If you see here, he's said, do you have an email that, you know, where everything's listed? And then I take too long. Like, it's literally only 10 seconds. And he says, can you email me that? This is how you could, after all of this hard work, you can lose a call.
To save us doing email tennis, I will show you, just in case you do have any questions. Right? What time is it on your side?
Asking stupid questions as a way to try and buy myself time.
It's 2:24. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, these are the T's and C's. This first section is legal jargon.
Okay, again, in alignment with what I teach you in the contract pitch.
Okay, it's basically just saying we enter into an agreement with you, you enter into an agreement with us. Okay, deliverables, everything I just showed you, access.
So we follow the same process here as we teach in the product. I'm not going to go through the T's and C's.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I feel a lot better about that. And there's obviously no refund. Once I decide to do this and I'm doing this, there's no refund. Yeah.
Well, there's a refund after 6 months if you don't get your results.
Yeah.
But if you decide, for whatever reason, maybe you decide, do you know what, I don't want to build an agency, I want to be an OnlyFans model.
All right, leveraging some humor here. Okay, if he's in a state of fear, again, I probably shouldn't have to explain this. If he's in a state of fear, throwing in a joke just takes the tension out of the call.
Okay. If you decide to go in that direction and you cancel payments, right? As I said, bro, I'm not going to come to you. We are here to support you get to the version of your life that you want to get to. By the sounds of things right now, the vehicle that you want to go in is with an agency. You've seen it work for other people. You're confident that we can get you that. No one is going to hold a gun to your head. That's not how we do business. It's not beneficial for you. It's not beneficial for us.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Craig!
Let's go! Yeah. Amazing. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. So, as I said, key things to really be taking away from this call is just the amount of time, okay, that I spent dealing with the objection, not getting frustrated with the prospect, engaging in active listening, good use of strategic questioning, not breaking frame. There's multiple things to take away from this call. It's a really, really good call in terms of the time to think about it objection. Hopefully as well, it starts to highlight to you how precarious the time to think about it objection can be, because even though he kept saying, I need time to think about it, or rather, I just want to sleep on it, can I get back to you tomorrow? All of this was just a proxy for fear. Okay, now there were elements where money was obviously involved in this, leveraged the 6-time pricing plan at the very end as a way to, close him. Probably could have staircased down to a 4-time or a 5-time earlier on in the call as a way to optimize for cash collected. But at the end of the day, we got the result that we wanted.
So there you have it. If you got value from this video, feel free to drop a like and support your boy. If you want to subscribe so I can continue to add more insight to your sales knowledge and help you to increase your sales expertise, feel free to subscribe. And most importantly, if you want to add a guaranteed $20,000 to your monthly recurring revenue in the next 6 months, book a call using the link down below. We can have a conversation and I can figure out how I can help you to go about scaling. But with all of that said, I appreciate the time and I will see you just now.